I don't want another pretty face. I don't want just anyone to hold. It's gonna be in my head all day. Sorry. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel where I cover nostalgic, obscure, otherwise strange content. It's been a while since I've talked about anything on the Disney Channel. I'm gonna get into doing some more DCOMs soon, so keep an eye out for that. But today, I thought we could talk about an episode of The Suite Life of Zack and Cody. I've covered one other episode. But I wanted to cover this specific episode because my brother and I talk about how weird it is all the time. This is the episode where Jesse McCartney guest starred back at the height of Jesse McCartney's fame. He was like the guy that everybody was in love with. Actually, I don't think I ever had a crush on Jesse McCartney. I just wanted to dance to Beautiful Soul with the guy that I did have a crush on. Anyway. So this episode is about Jesse McCartney coming to do a performance at the hotel, and everyone is super creepy with him. Like, I'm gonna give a content warning for harassment. It's a Disney Channel show, but like, we'll get into it. The episode starts with a bunch of screaming Jesse McCartney fans outside. Mr. Mosby is having to, you know, kick out fans that are hiding behind the plants.
Please remove these two and check behind the couches for more.
He needs better security for the hotel. Poor guy, this isn't his job.
I think that bag has a cold.
Oh, come on. This is such a lame way to try to sneak in. What did you think? How are you gonna move? Were people just not gonna have any questions when the bag had legs? Like in Toy Story where they're hiding under the cup and the little burger thing.
What are all these girls here for?
Jesse McCartney.
So silly how insane women get when it comes to musicians.
Everybody gets a little insane over their favorite musician though. I had a boy band phase, did you? I was in love with the Jonas Brothers. Just learning all kinds of things about me today.
That McCartney fellow.
Paul McCartney?
Nope, other McCartney.
Not Paul McCartney, Jesse McCartney.
Although, to be fair to her, my dad once asked me if Jesse McCartney and Paul McCartney were related somehow, so, I mean, it's an honest mistake to make.
Who's he?
Generations not knowing the other generation's type of music. Tale as old as time.
I can't believe all these girls are screaming for Jesse McCartney. It's so lame.
And delusional.
This is gonna be very interesting later on in the episode. These quotes from Maddie and London.
They all think they have a shot with Jesse, when clearly, he and I are meant to be.
Okay, I take it back. London is already showing the fangirl side. She's like, Jesse McCartney and I are soulmates. Also, look at that magazine. Jesse didn't even have to share the front page with like any other headlines. It's literally just Jesse. That's how big Jesse McCartney was.
Do you know where the manager's office is?
Over there.
Hey, it's Jesse McCartney.
Wasn't that Jesse McCartney?
Oh god, is she okay? No, we're just not gonna check on her. Maddie's just like, I'm good. I'm just gonna go do something else. Everybody's just like, heiress to the whole hotel is unconscious? Sucks to suck.
It's you and me and you, we got the whole place to ourselves. You and me, we got it all for free.
Alright, so after the bop of the theme song, pick up with Arwen. You remember Arwen? He was like the janitor that was always like inventing stuff in the basement and it was always blowing up.
Hey, Cody! You're just in time to test out my new invention.
Is it a weapon of some kind? It looks scary.
See, now you can sit at the table and relax and let the toast come.
We're gonna need technology connections to figure out how bad of a toaster this is. This feels like a technology connections type of thing.
Listen, Arwen, I was wondering if I could use some of your tools.
So Cody is the genius kid, so he's in a science competition, so he needs tools because he's building a project.
It's gonna be a laser.
He's building a laser? They let kids build lasers in those things? There's a hair in my eye, sorry.
I entered a science contest at my school once. One lousy explosion and they ban you for life.
Poor Arwen.
That gym needed a pool anyway. I'm sure you'll do better with your project.
He probably didn't mean to make something explode that time. I loved Arwen.
Then I can get into MIT,
Yeah!
invent a nanobot that eats oil spills,
Good for you, Cody.
while taking care of my aging mother and paying my brother's bail money.
Weird thing to plan for, but at least you have a plan.
Zach's in jail?
Not yet.
So, with this overwhelming amount of confidence in his brother and Arwen's invention working, we cut to the girls trying to get a picture of Jesse McCartney. Maddie swears that she needs it for the school paper and that she's not invested at all, which I don't really believe her.
Okay, I really need a picture of Jesse McCartney for my school newspaper.
He's a celebrity. I'm a celebrity. We're first celebrities once removed.
It is true, in this universe, London's a pretty big celebrity, so the fact that she's not just like going up and chilling with Jesse McCartney is kind of funny.
You go in there and you'll be removed.
My father won't stand for this.
So Mosby's like, don't even think about being creepy stalkers to Jesse McCartney, and London's like, my father will hear about this.
Actually, I just received a fax from your father. He doesn't want a repeat of the Orlando Bloom incident.
But London's dad is one step ahead. What did she do when Orlando Bloom was there? I'm scared for Orlando Bloom now.
You are clearly obsessed with insert celebrity name here, and if you continue to harass insert celebrity name here,
The canned laughter when talking about actual harassment. Oh, the 2000s in Disney Channel.
That's it. If he doesn't let me see Jesse,
I've got run away, scream at the top of my lungs, or hold my breath until I turn blue. Which will it be?
I love Mosby. He's just great.
do you always have to do everything that Daddy tells you to?
Of course I do.
I mean, he is an employee. Like, I feel like that's kind of... Well, it shouldn't be Mosby's job to babysit London, but Mosby basically raised London. Shout out to Mosby. Just stepping in as a father figure when London had none.
I have to get in there to meet my future husband.
Okay, but we're not gonna do anything stupid, right?
No. Okay.
They will. So their idea is to dress up as male bellboys or servers of some kind to try to get into where Jesse McCartney is doing his sound check.
Check. 1, 2, 2.
They're struggling to keep their cover in front of Jesse McCartney because gender norms and fangirl problems.
He's just a regular guy like you and me.
Whoa, hey.
With the voice of an angel.
So now they're officially both in love with Jesse McCartney
Pointing at the water dingbat, he thinks you're a waiter.
Why would he think that?
because you're dressed like a waiter. And then she tries to bring him water, but she splashes it everywhere, so Jesse McCartney must think he's on insert name of water ride at theme park. Why can't I think of any water rides right now?
Thanks, man.
Oh, he got 2 whole sips. I'm sure that'll help.
Hey.
Hell yeah. Here's the song, and if you think this song is not a bop or a vibe or what have you, I just don't know what to tell you. It's a great song. I will stand by that.
I don't want another pretty face. I don't want just anyone's hope. I don't want my love to go to waste. I want you and you're beautiful. So you're the one I want to chase. You're the one I want to hold. I won't let another minute go to waste. I want you and you're beautiful.
So after the girls are just kind of fangirling right in front of Jesse McCartney, and the band's like, what is happening? We're just trying to do our jobs, man.
Is everything okay in here? No screaming girls?
Mosby comes in.
There were a couple of screaming waiters.
And they narrowly get away. Very smooth, guys.
I just connected the blue wire to the red wire.
Apparently that's wrong, according to Arwen. I don't know anything about wires, except always cut the blue wire. Or is it always cut the red wire? I don't know anything about wires.
Connect whatever wires you want, the red to the blue or the yellow to the blue. I do the yellow to blue, but that's just me. You need to follow your heart, yellow to blue.
Oh, it's yellow to blue. Okay.
If I get help from someone else, it's cheating.
I know.
Okay, but kid, you're building a laser. I feel like they've got some pretty high standards at the Boston school system where you're studying, I guess.
I promise I won't say anything else.
Children have to learn to build weapons of mass destruction all by themselves, Arwen.
Hey guys,
Hey, Carrie.
Oh yeah, I always forget Arwen had a serious crush on, Carrie, Zach and Cody's mom.
How you doing?
Bless him.
let me just test it out once.
You're gonna test out the laser indoors?
Uh-oh.
Oh, that went wrong for a completely different reason I was afraid of.
Oh no! It's ruined!
Our table! It's broken! Meme's already dead, but I'll never forget.
Maybe you should try something a little simpler. Like that volcano we talked about?
Yeah, I think Carrie's got a point, Cody.
Mine did get honorable mention in the mini Madame Curie competition.
The mini Madame Curie competition. That sounds so cute.
You were a science geek?
Oh, the crush is deepening. Shout out to all the people that are into nerdy people, because we ourselves are nerds.
Well, my best isn't going to win me a Nobel Prize, pay for your nursing home, or get Zach out of jail.
Okay, you're putting a little too much pressure on yourself, kid.
Zach's in jail?
Not yet.
Poor Zach. Somehow these girls, these fangirls, have made it up to Jesse McCartney's door, and this security guard is just like, Jesus, why is this my life? What are we doing here, girls? But then it turns out Maddie's in the underneath part of that cart. So she sneaks out, and London came through the vents? Very sporty of somebody like London to climb through the actual vent system. She must really have it bad for Jesse McCartney.
What are you doing here?
So now that these two girls have broken into his room in creative ways,
You're trying to steal Jesse from me.
they run into each other. Also, Maddie stole and is sniffing his robe. Very weird, Maddie.
Keep quiet. Maid's in the bathroom.
Yeah, how is the maid not hearing any of this? They're not hearing, like, the clambering of, like, somebody climbing out of a ventilation system?
You're trying to steal Jesse from me. Oh, please.
Or the screaming?
I'm here for purely journalistic purposes.
Then why are you hugging his bathrobe?
Then why are you hugging his bathrobe?
Yeah.
I collect plaid.
Out of all of the bad covers I've heard, that one's one of the worst. There's no way they could both fit under that bed. No one can fit under a hotel bed.
She's gone.
Oh, I guess they're behind the bed? Fine. Why is the bed pulled out from away from the wall? I've never seen that.
Give me my husband's bathrobe. No!
So after the maid leaves, the two girls are fighting over a bathrobe that belongs to a person they've never actually met, and then
I'll take that.
Zach climbs in through the vents? True, we haven't really seen Zach yet, huh? Not since the very beginning. I was kind of wondering where he was. I thought maybe it was actually jail.
Are you in love with Jesse too?
No.
The heteronormality that made it funny to think that a guy could have a crush on another guy. 2005 was a wild time.
I'm selling this stuff on the street.
Okay, what the hell, Zach? What are you doing?
One girl gave me $30 for a tissue he spit his gum into.
I'm concerned. I have several questions.
Are you sneaking into someone's room? Invading their privacy?
Yeah, who would ever do that?
Oh, he's a boxer guy.
Oh no, Maddie. You're literally going through his underwear drawer. Okay, I'm going to keep this sentiment in the front of everybody's mind. But imagine that the genders were reversed, right? Imagine if it was a female star and two male characters were going through her underwear drawer. Keep that whole thought process in mind as we continue through this scene. It gets even worse.
Darn! The maid got all the dirty towels. Now we'll have to start from scratch. There. Now it's been used by Jesse McCartney.
Wow, Zach really is an entrepreneur. And so young, too.
I'll give you $50 for it.
London.
I mean, London has literally all the money, so I guess it doesn't matter.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Pretty good, mister.
But then, uh-oh, here comes Jesse McCartney. And there's a lot of people broken into his room.
How do I look? Penniless. And your hair is messed up.
Damn. London could be really brutal.
No one is getting into this room, not even a mouse.
Rats! It's Mosby!
Poor Mr. Mosby. These kids are probably taking time off of his life. Yeah, it's the volume of how loud you're screaming that's the main issue right now, guys.
Terribly sorry about all the unruly fans. I've ordered a SWAT team for this evening.
Mosby's not messing around.
Be surprised what some of these fans would do.
Really give us some examples, because we've seen no weird behavior so far at all.
Excuse me, there don't seem to be any towels.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry. Once again. I'll get them myself.
Wow, Mosby's really doing all the jobs that aren't his responsibilities. Poor guy. The security guard could have moved for Mosby. His job is to keep people out, not in. He's not holding anybody against their will.
Where are you going?
So Jesse McCartney's in the bathroom showering, and London is like, I'm gonna try to go into the bathroom. This is getting even worse. And I'm so uncomfortable.
Don't you think it'll make a cute story for the press when they find out Jesse and I first met while he was flossing?
No, oh my god, can you imagine? Can you imagine if a celebrity couple was like, we met because she was my crazy fan, and she harassed me and stalked me, and then we got married.
I think it'll make a cute story for the police.
I'd have so many questions.
Stupid laser will never work.
Meanwhile, and I never thought I'd say this, Cody is keeping himself out of trouble by continuing to try to build his laser.
Copper chloride is supposed to be heated here by connecting the power source to the red wire.
Blue!
Sometimes I feel like my stress level really is Arwen watching a 12-year-old try to build this laser in his garage workshop.
I mean the blue wire?
I mean, I don't think Arwen should feel that bad, because isn't the whole point to teach? Like, isn't the whole point that Cody learns how to do this stuff? Like, I feel like he's just helping him learn better.
Couples the laser medium with the optical cavity.
Not quite.
Everybody needs help, Cody.
Which means I have to use this dangerous welding torch.
So now at this point, Cody realizes that he's a child and is like, hey, weld this for me, Arwen?
Maybe I, an adult, should help you, a child.
They're acting like this is like a stupid thing that they're using to like bullshit their way around the rules, but like he should not be using a welding torch as a child.
I am gonna win this prize.
I mean, I'm gonna win that prize.
Exactly, because I deserve it.
You go, Arwen, you do deserve it. So back in Zach and Cody's apartment, or suite, they live in a hotel, that's the whole thing.
This should bring in a nice chunk of change.
They're going over all the stuff that they stole from Jesse McCartney.
That's Jesse's lucky bracelet. How do you know so much about my fiance?
I'm a journalist.
I feel like breaking and entering has to go against some kind of code, even for journalists, Maddie.
He never performs without it. We have to take it back, otherwise he could freeze up in the middle of his concert.
I think he can live without his lucky bracelet that they all know so much about for like one night, but definitely the trauma of being stalked might throw him off his game a little.
He doesn't need a career. We'll survive on love and Daddy's money.
It's not a good plan, but again, she does have a plan.
I'll just give him the bracelet back and tell him I found it.
Alright, at least you're giving stuff back. I mean, you did steal it.
Then I'll ask for his pants as a reward.
No, Zach. No, you don't ask for someone's pants. Oh, no.
So your plan is to tell him you found his lucky bracelet in the closed drawer of his bedside table.
True, that is a very bad plan, come to think of it.
Good plan.
Bad plan!
That's what I just said.
And Zach could end up in jail.
Funny, that's what Cody always says.
Poor Zach, he's gonna end up as a self-fulfilling prophecy if everybody tells him he's gonna end up in jail. So, now we're at the science fair that Cody is a part of. I guess one of the perks of living in a hotel is your home hosts your own science fair, because it looks like they're still in the hotel.
This is really elaborate, especially for one day's work.
Thanks.
So Carrie's very suspicious that her 12-year-old was able to build this thing on his own.
Barbara Brownstein and the Science of Volcanoes.
This girl Barbara has a malfunctioning volcano and I feel so sad for her.
It's supposed to bubble up and produce ash.
Carrie's always coming in with that mom energy, like, you did your best, that's the important thing.
I feel better now.
Comparing yourself to other people. That's always a good philosophy.
My invention is called MEC, which stands for My Energy Converter.
But then this kid has figured out how to power an energy source with garbage, so you've got a destructive laser. This kid's helping the environment.
Mr. Cody Martin, who will demonstrate his laser.
So you're telling me that they signed up a laser, and they were like, yes, let's let this 12-year-old test out a laser in front of a room full of other children, and no adult was like, maybe don't?
I'm going to use this laser to cut a square out of that sheet of metal.
I've got questions. I've got questions is like the catchphrase of this whole video, I think. So Cody test runs his laser, and it's like something out of a sci-fi movie. Good lord. I think Cody might need to be watched by the FBI a little closely after this. Oh, poor Mosby. Poor hotel. Oh, and he just killed everybody. He just killed everyone. But hey, the volcano's working.
My volcano!
Barbara didn't ask for any of this. She just wanted to make her volcano in peace. Poor Barbara. So back to the other thing. Which was what? Oh yes, stalking Jesse McCartney. Maddie, London, and Zach break back into his hotel room and he's asleep. Creep level is now gone up even higher.
He even snores beautifully.
This is so cringe.
We'll put the bracelet back, get a couple of shirts, and we're gone.
So while Zach is trying to unsteal and then steal different things,
It's stuck.
they almost wake up Jesse, so London tries to sing him back to sleep.
Stay where you are. London's gonna buy you a shiny car.
And then London does what I think is the most creepy thing in this entire episode, which is saying a lot.
Lennon, give us a hand, would you?
She lays down in bed with Jesse McCartney, who is unaware and unconsenting to her presence.
London!
Even for all the creepy stuff Maddie's done, she's like, okay, even for me, this is far. And And then she takes a picture. Cool.
Hey, get away from my boyfriend!
Again, imagine the genders being reversed. This is not okay. It's not okay. No matter who it's happening to, this is just not okay.
I can't move.
Oh, you look so sad about it.
Oh, I'm here. Can you take a picture of us?
Imagine that these pictures that they're taking get leaked somewhere and Jesse McCartney sees these pictures. Can you imagine how traumatizing that would be? Like, thankfully, this is just a TV show, but it's a TV show for children that's playing this type of situation for laughs, and that's really weird to me. Then, uh-oh. They wake Jesse up.
What's going on?
Hi. You don't know me, but we're gonna be married.
Poor Jesse, this is like a horror movie to him.
Security!
Run!
And then she takes more pictures of him, they try to run, and somehow both the girls get away even though there's two very big guys that are bodyguards over here, but they catch Zach.
Wait a minute. I was only in here trying to return your lucky bracelet.
Return? Don't you mean steal?
And he's like, hey, I was just trying to return your bracelet that I stole the last time I broke in here.
No, you see, I stole it when you were in the bathroom and Musby went to get you towels.
God, being famous must suck.
Well, at least I wasn't pawing through your drawers like my wacky friends.
And then Zach is like, I was stealing from you, but at least I wasn't sexually harassing you like my friends.
You hang out with those girls? What are they, like 2 years older than you?
3.
Impressive, dude.
And then Jesse McCartney gets all bro-y with him.
Don't let him down, guys.
Come on, Jesse McCartney. Not you two. Just don't be weird to other people. Also, Zach is 12, an actual child. So now that Jesse McCartney knows that Zach has female friends that are older than him, he's like, he can stay.
So are girls always after you like this?
Yeah, it gets kind of weird.
Really?
No.
But then Jesse McCartney's like, I'm a dude. I don't care and actually like when girls harass me, which is a stereotype that we need to stop stereotyping.
No, you know, fame's pretty cool. It just comes at a price.
Speaking of price, are you finished with that pillowcase?
Zachary.
Sometimes I feel like I don't get to do regular stuff, you know, shoot hoops, play video games.
Why couldn't you do that, Jesse McCartney? I guess, like, I know, like, you can't, like, go out in public or whatever because you're famous, but, like, video games? Are you that... He must have that grueling of a work schedule. That sucks.
If you like video games, come back to my place and I'll crush you like the pretty boy that you are.
But he has time to play video games with Zach randomly.
We are so going to win.
Back with Cody at the science fair, Carrie is giving him the mom guilt trip.
Mostly because you did this all by yourself. Right, Arwen?
And poor Arwen's dragged into the middle of it. He was just trying to help this kid, and now his crush is mad at him.
And our winner is Cody Martin.
They're still gonna try to give him a prize even though he almost killed everybody when that other kid was helping the environment. But then Cody goes up to accept the award and makes eye contact with his mom and is like, oh, I should probably fess up about not doing this all by myself.
Even though I lied to her and I don't deserve this prize.
So the lesson's really I shouldn't take credit for work that I didn't do, which is a good lesson, but again, laser. You can't teach kids not to play with lasers at the same time?
I cheated. I had an adult's help.
Poor kid, he's like having a breakdown in front of everybody. Arwen's face.
Well, Arwen's help.
Poor Arwen.
He really deserves this trophy.
Thank you.
No, Arwen, you can't. It's a children's competition. You can't get the award.
It is so nice to be recognized by the scientific community. In your face, Sheldon.
Okay, Arwen, dial it back. I don't even think you can call this the scientific community. Well, it is. But, you know, children's science fair, Arwen.
This competition is for children 14 and under. How old are you? 13?
I believe him. Give him the award.
Our new winner is Sheldon Walters.
So Sheldon actually gets to win. So justice has almost been served, but Sheldon should have won just because his robot is super cool.
How do you feel?
Better than Arwen.
I'm fine.
Oh, it's a rough day for everybody.
It was a beautiful volcano.
Yeah, you say sorry for insulting the volcano. What the hell, Arwen?
Man, you're really good at this.
And the episode ends with Jesse and Zach playing video games together.
We all have to get old sometime.
Imagine thinking Jesse McCartney was old. He's like, what, still a teenager here?
Jesse, just tell me your favorite color for my article.
Oh, stop. Please, please stop.
I don't care what your favorite color is. I just want to marry you. It's not brown, is it?
What do you have against the color brown? Perfectly fine color. And on that very weird note, the girls have not learned their lesson about stalking and the episode ends. This is a Disney Channel show, so we can all goof about it, because it's very silly, and obviously this didn't actually happen, but again, you need to be careful about what you show children, especially in terms of what's funny and what shouldn't be taken seriously. And, you know, lately we've been having these conversations about, you know, abuse not really having a gender, right? You know, there's been the Johnny Depp Amber Heard situation, there's been the Sienna Mae Jack Wright situation, and, you know, those have really spurred on conversations about how, you know, men can be victimized too. It's not funny to stalk somebody just because the genders are swapped. And I'm not trying to be like super serious about a children's show, but like, do you know what I mean? These are important conversations that we're finally having as a society, and unfortunately we're having to have them at the expense of real world people going through a lot of trauma. And so when I remembered this episode, I realized that this was kind of a opportunity to talk about this issue, which is very important, in a context where nobody actually got harmed in any way. You know what I mean? And again, still very weird that this is what we were showing children in 2005. Because if the genders were reversed, this would not have flown, and for good reason. But you can't hide behind gender norms to be a shitty person or excuse shitty behavior. You know what I mean? So anyway, on that note that's very serious in terms of this is a video about a Disney Channel show, I'm gonna end the video here. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for watching, liking, commenting, subscribing, sharing. Everything you do to support this channel means the world to me. If you're new here and you're a fan of nonsense, maybe consider sticking around because I post nonsense all the time. And remember, my name is Avery. I'm a YouTuber if you say so, because thanks to you guys, this is technically a YouTube channel. Bye!